Test. Check. 1, 2.
Not every show we have the circular stage, so some shows, because of the way they sold them, we do like a cut down version, so we do a D stage and a D truss. But in the shows where we go 360 here, we have a circular stage, circular truss, and then like the 360 PL. Well, it's not really in the round because the stage is at one end kind of thing, so sometimes, like, depending, like here we can't do it because there's not enough weight and not enough trim height and stuff, but we put subs on top of the back hangs, and you'll see when you've seen that, like, you know, if we did subs kind of all the way around, it would block too much of the video, so like our brief was to kind of design a system that had as few hangs as possible. So like the big thing, to start off in the morning, the stage and all the tech wings are built right down at the far end of the arena. We have these big video towers, they're built next, and then there's the lighting rig, so there's very little space for anything else, so everything like is carted up into like...
Which D&B rig are you guys using?
The J. Yes, it's pretty much all J. It's J all the way around, there's like a little thing of Q in the centre. And that was one of the reasons why we chose that box, because we can have the same box all the way around, because it's light enough to do it at the back and stuff.
How do you like it?
That's great, yeah. We tried, Mark and I worked on Snowboard together, and we tried it out on that. One of the big things is like the sub level on stage, so we tried out the sub arc, we have that sort of cuts through the stage. All the amplifiers, one big car, got on motor controller, distros, all the loops just fall straight into the top of the car here. You know, so you're not, rather than pushing like 60 little amp racks or whatever,
that's awesome.
No cable.
It comes out of one piece out of the truck.
Same thing, like, still the small band equipment, you know. This is their whole world, so all the stage racks, all the D shows, sort of thing.
Who designed this? This is brilliant.
Well, I kind of came up with the ideas of how to do it, and then Skan, you know, because I was out touring, they kind of, you know, made it a reality. So I said, you know, I want to do this, this, and this, and then they kind of all the guys in the warehouse.
Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be 8 racks.
Minimum, yeah. I mean, most people kind of do them 3 amps per rack or something. So, but that's all the flying amplifiers.
That's very cool.
And this again, you know, it's like rather than have cable boxes,
everything
in here, you know, like all your sub multis.
Dude, this is brilliant.
They just stay in here. So all the sub multis into the splitter are sort of pre-connected, never gets unplugged.
So how much time is that shave
Oh,
off
it's just
your,
like, you know, when we turn up, you know, later or whatever, it's like, oh, got to set the sport band up. Oh, just plug some power.
Already done.
There we go.
That's
all the mic stands on the top. Same deal with this stuff, you know, it's like leave as much of it connected as possible. You know, the speaker feeds, they never get unplugged, the power never gets unplugged. Because the cables live in the top, you know, they just come off the bridge, just straight on the top. Then we got monitors here. Here's some of the way we package that. We've got these daughter cards. It's pretty similar to most people do. Just they've got like a bit of wood in there that matches the trap angle of the box. We've kind of designed our own hardware. I mean, I think.
Oh, so you use the rigging hardware to keep it on the cart.
And we actually used. On the front, we've used L-Acoustics hardware, just because it's cheaper than the D&B stuff. You know, one of these pins is like crazy money. So,
I know.
And this was actually harder wearing than the D&B stuff, so we use that. And then these ones here we call mother calves. So basically, it's again 4 high stack. But on these ones, we need the bumper on top. So that's another box you lost. And then you have all the cable breakers. We use socket pex looms that are flat staggered. And then they just plug into 4 socket pexes here, and then the socket pex loom is staggered to each box that it plugs in, so it's impossible to plug it in the wrong place because it's only as long as where you can plug it. So that's what kind of lives in the back there.
So what do you guys tip the truck in? 20 minutes?
Well, we can load out 360 PA in an hour. Like the truck doors closed, 2.5 trucks more, yeah.
From the time you start loading out until the time it's done, in an hour?
11 hangs of PAs.
That's pretty amazing. That's usually a 2.5 to 3 hour truck.
Yeah.
For most tours, you know.
I mean, that's why one of the main reasons why they shipped it all over, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys really make up.
You know, no extra time on labour. Labour.
Extra time on labour, easy.
And these as well, you know, like, you know, you can if we're short for space, you can stack this one up on top of it, and it's just like the whole PA just goes into one 4x4 footprint. This is the way you stack the dolly boards up. You know, today we've got space, so we haven't bothered, but
wow, awesome.
Subs, you know, rather than having like sub stacked, a box with some fills, some amp rack and a cable box, we just made it all into one pod. So no, when the stays on there, it's always in the same. So link to the sub-array. You just put it in the all-stage connector, leave it in the top, this all stays as it is, you know.
Really efficient.
It's got vocals, guitars and bass, effects, drive. This is because he's kind of struggling for channels.
I can't tell you guys how I never see a footprint like this anymore. Everybody's down to like, you know, 5 square feet and no racks. Because God forbid, like you guys are GA here, right?
On the floor, yeah.
Yeah. See, that helps a lot because it's like every time you kill a scene, you know, somebody's not happy about it.
Especially with the barricade and having video up front too and everything else. It's a pretty big footprint actually.
Well,
GA makes all
So we started this show in August.
So you know exactly
in
what
Europe,
you need.
So you know, we've been, you know, it's all the same gear. We tour in barricade. You know.
Awesome. Okay. Well then let's.
There's a few bits to show you on stage.
Okay, let's do that, and then we can sit down and have a chat. Line 6. What a delay.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, I saw. It's not the first time I've seen something like that. The guy who mixes John Legend uses a line 6 plug-in. I mean, I'm actually a line 6 fan. I like their stuff, but you don't see it in touring rigs. You just don't.
It's more on stage than it is out front.
Exactly. Yeah. You know.
We've got them in the guitar rigs as well.
But no, but sound guys, we're all snobs, man. We want the one that costs $3,000, not $300.
It's all kind of covered up a bit on stage, but you can try and have a look. Basically, all these breaks and stuff, they all go away when you use go on. These Riveras, they kind of like the on movies. They all go down and start. So I've got this guitar out here. This is Dickinson. Then it's loaded with D&B M2 drivers. He just uses it as like a feedback effect. So this is controlled by the monitor engineer.
Really?
His actual guitar cab's under the stage.
So that's just for feedback.
Just for a feedback and you know, to look nice. We just turned up at our warehouse and they're like, oh, you need to put some 12-inch drivers in it. And they're like, oh.
Make it out of stainless steel. What the hell?
Batteries.
See that one?
These amber rechargeable.
Oh yeah?
They've been working out pretty well.
And they hold a chargeable enough to get through a show on them?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Does it? My thing with rechargeables is they had tendency to go like that.
No, they've had really good results with this.
Awesome.
Well, they mark out at 7, but you know, no boxes come with the trucks to 8. And we're normally done and line checked by like 2:30.
Wow, that's efficient. That's really efficient. Very, very cool. Okay. Okay. Well, you want to sit down and